Hey everyone. I'm going to talk to you about the e-commerce platforms, and now you can push the boundaries of the e-commerce and solving complex problems for the clients. This is me. It's like the young and the restless image. So I'm working at Optaros for several years. I'm certified Magento developer, also Hybris developer. So I had the chance to play with a lot of platforms during my time at Optaros. And here is a brief introduction about what I'm going to talk to you today. I wanted to be in the mood to think outside our normal and think outside of the box and try to push everything further and further in order to deliver better products. A brief introduction about e-commerce ecosystem and a case study with a platform. So, as you know, sky is the limit actually means that the sky has no limit. So I'm going to give you a short story about how NASA implemented the mission. It's the Kepler Mission. It's about it's named after German Johannes Kepler, which described the laws of planetary motion around the sun. So they studied the program and they identified over 4,000 potential planets, in which over 2,000 planets are already confirmed. So we have over 500 that could be Brocky planets, and one is closest to the Earth. It's 60% larger than the Earth. It has almost the same atmosphere, and it's orbiting a sun within 385 days, which is a lot similar like the Earth. So they are almost there. They are breaking the boundaries. They are pushing forward, and this was impossible. I don't know, 20 years ago, nobody think of that. So this is what I'm trying to say, and never stop at some point. It's like if you have a platform and you know its limit, you need to push further and never say, hey, we can't do that, just keep trying. So the ecosystem for the e-commerce, it's very broad. It has a lot of areas. So you have the payment gateway that need to be taking care of analytics, email marketing, social networking, retargeting, OMS, and a lot of platforms that are tied together. So you need the product that is stable and can deal with those. So as you can see, there are a lot. You can see we have PayPal, we integration with analytics, Google, we have SAP, Oracle, IBM, and so on and so forth. So a lot of integration is really hard to create a new product that's stable, and we don't want to reinvent the wheel. We are taking what's stable, and we are adding the missing pieces, and we deliver something great for the clients. So this is what we do, solving complex business problems for our clients and accommodate with their needs. So we have within Optaros, we have a lot of platforms that we are dealing with. We have the Hybris platform. We helped clients like ISN, Tultopia. We have also the Demander practice. We have over 6 years implemented. We have Daniel Burke. We have a lot of clients. I can't give you all the names, but also we have Magento platform, which we've created big products for Canon, Dell. We have Nescafe Dolce Gusto, Zoetis, and Babynest there. So a lot of big clients, and we need to have a platform that is stable enough and serve the clients without any interruption and accommodate all the third-party applications. I'm going to present a case study. We have a client, multi-brand, multi-geography, with a lot of e-commerce implementation. So for this product has over 50 markets that are across the globe. We have implementations in North America, we have in Europe, we have in Asia. And actually for this implementation we received an award in the most innovative category. This was a challenging on the infrastructure level, so we had to come up with a platform where we took Magento as a baseline. Different code bases. We took advantage of the Magento scope configuration parameters. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but Magento allows you to have configurations at the website level of the store and store view. What that means is that, for instance, we have several countries put inside the hub, we are saying, which means that those countries are held on the same infrastructure if they don't have too many customers. So for instance, we have Brazil, which is singular. It has its own infrastructure, but on this, we have also Nordics, with 3 or 4 countries, Denmark and Finland, where we are having all the countries on the same hub, on the same infrastructure. So for that we have the scope, which allows us to have a website for Denmark. We have a store, which is split into the desktop and the mobile version. The mobile version needs to be responsive, so it needs to be different than the desktop version. And also we have the store view, which allows to have different languages. It's not only about the language itself, it's also regarding different templates, like we have, for instance, the Arabic countries, where we have, for instance, Saudi Arabia, which has 2 different languages, and on one language we have right to left template, and on the other language we have the normal left to right Germany. That's the store view. So regarding the code, we have a concept of the master and the rollout code management. I'm going to present you build and packaging and how we are creating an environment for the developers in order to be up to speed within 1 day. We are using for that Vagrant, VirtualBox, and Chef, and we are provisioning developers' machine within 1 hour. So the code management, we have the rollout code, which is the part on the green, which is on top of everything. Then we have the client master code base, which is the one on the top right. And then we have Optaros, which is name-centric in this, and that's built on top of the Magento core. How we are creating the code base, we are using Jenkins, which is a triggering thing that reads the build properties file here, which actually is a configuration file in which we have the Magento version. Is the one on the bottom. We have also the master version. We also have the where we have the package for Ocentric, which has a functionality built upon Magento, where we have some custom functionality. For instance, the caching system, which is not really performing well on Magento, so we build something on top. Also, we have what we named marketplace repositories, which is a CyberSUS extension that serves other clients. So the configuration files, it's easier to maintain and allows you to only do upgrades with just changing the configuration file. So, as I said, Jenkins calls thing, build properties, and we have the extra module, and it combines all of that, like the diagram. So we have the Magento, we have the core that is built on top, and the marketplace, this is on Optaros. We have the client master code base, and we have the rollout specific code, which is for every market, for every rollout. That means 50 countries, we have a layer on top. And the master is across all the rollouts. So that allows you to only change configuration. So for instance, if you have a security patch that is released, you only add that in the master code base, and you only have to change one line in the rollout repository where you have a new version. So for instance, on the master you have 945, you'll create a new build using Jenkins and you'll put 946. That allows you to speed up everything. And imagine that you have a security patch that you need to roll out to 50, 60 countries. So I think there are 65 countries right now. So if you have different code bases, that will take you a lot of time. You have a lot of servers. You have an admin server and the front-end server, which is very hard to maintain. So what we are doing, we have the master code base. We build that. We build the master, which takes around 10-15 minutes if you only have to change to upload one file. We are using Jenkins for the build. It takes 10 minutes, and then changing one configuration file, and we trigger an automated build for all the rollouts. So if you have to change 50 countries, it takes you, I don't know, 10 minutes. If you multiply that by 50 and 1-2 minutes, the change itself, it gives you like 10 hours, which more or less is like 2 days of inactivity, basically, because you are not doing anything useful. You can do that with an automated build, which is Jenkins. We are using Jenkins for all the builds, for building the master, for building the rollout. We are using Jenkins for pushing the builds to the servers. We have various infrastructure, like we have we need to have one admin server that is dealing with updating stocks, with updating prices and integration with other third parties. And we have 1, 2, 3, up to 10 front-end servers that are different based on how many customers are within a rollout. So we also have regression tested, automated, and we have automation for the scale up on the AWS infrastructure. So for pushing a build to 50 countries, we just trigger, we have a shell script that's after you are changing the master, which, as I said, it takes you 10 minutes to create a build. And after that, we are triggering a script that is going and updating in Git the version number of the master, and it triggers automatically builds for all the rollouts. We have a lot of builds there. And after that, it triggers automatically the push to the QA server, and once the code is there, it triggers the automated testing. So you saved 3 or 4 days and you don't have to do anything. So I'm pushing for automate everything. If you are doing the same thing twice, don't do it the third time. Just try to automate. Regarding the monitoring, the performance and infrastructure, we have TraceView, Amneta. I actually have a presentation for the Amneta TraceView, how you can debug the application. We have alerting system, Muniok, and we have an integration CloudWatch with Graphite. We are pushing into Graphite all the data that we need. We actually had a monitor in which we were looking at the graphs, and you can put anything there. Like, for instance, the sales, how many sales you have, how many clients, how many codes, and so on. So you can monitor all the servers, you can monitor the databases, you can monitor the web servers. It really is a great tool to give you a big insight of what's happening in the application. Here are some numbers. It's what we've done with another company that we've tested our products. So we have 15,000 users that were launched. We had, within 1 hour, we had over 7 million hits, over 5 million pages viewed. We have an average of pages per second, 1.5 thousand, average hits over 2,000, and the average response, as you can see, it's 100 milliseconds, and 0.2 the average response time. That is, as I've said in the beginning, is try to push further, try to improve your caching mechanism, try to add as many layers as you can to improve and help the clients to have a faster experience and better experience, and they will buy more eventually. So we had around 7,000 real orders within 1 hour, and the number that's very impressive is the error rate. It's 0%. It's actually 0.002 or 3. So that was like 10 pages that throw the errors during the test, which is really impressive. The errors, for those of you who don't know, are errors like gateway timeout or 500 errors or something like that. Okay, so, and lately, try to combine work-life balance. This is the team that's still working. We have the architect and some PMs there. Thank you.